And instead of the conventional or normal training procedure, like you'll be getting a on-job training here. So what this means is, normally when you consider any coaching things, how it happens is, initially they'll be teaching you some theoretical part, some practical part. At the end of the course, they'll be giving you a project to complete it, correct? So that's how normal project works. But we don't work that way. So every single day that you spend here, everything that you develop, everything that I develop, even for practice purpose also, will be as per the project naming conventions and project standards only. Okay, so we will not even create one single object that is outside of your project naming convention, right? So because of this, what happens is, when you practice with these standards, automatically when you get into a job or when you get into a project, you will be habituated by default to use these standards in your projects, right? So every single day you're spending here is nothing but a day you're spending in your actual job. Okay, it's equivalent to that. And in addition to all this, that's been said, I'll be sharing you the interview questions as well, help you with your mock interviews and resume preparations too. Okay, so this is in general about myself, the course duration, what exactly you can expect from this course, the course content and all. So let me quickly share my screen. I'll also show you the documentation that you're going to get once you complete your registration. Okay. A minute, please. I'll just start sharing. I hope it's visible. So these are the documents that you're going to get, and these are all the concepts as well, which we will be covering as part of our course. So starting from chapter 1 till the end, and also all the HANA concepts, to CDS, AMDP, and all our ABAP on HANA concepts. So here we will teach you fundamentals in ABAP, basic ABAP, core ABAP, object-oriented ABAP, and advanced ABAP. All complete ABAP we will teach you. It's not like we will teach you basic stuff and uh, will not send you off. So we'll teach everything that is there in the ABAP. Okay. Starting with the fundamentals till advanced ABAP, everything we will teach. Okay. As we progress in our course content, initially we'll be starting with our basics, fundamentals. Then as we progress, we will be covering everything. Okay, and these are handwritten documentation. So if I open one, these are not any documents which are downloaded from any web portal or anywhere. You cannot find it anywhere because we've spent time in preparing these things. Everything is handwritten. The reason for this is, I believe in documentation. So no matter what subject or what course you are learning, so it is evident that, see, this course is going to last for 3.5 months. So at the end of 3.5 months, I'm pretty sure most of you will not remember the topics that I've explained on the first week of this course, correct? So whatever I explain you in this week, by end of this course, you will definitely not remember it completely. Okay? You might remember it vaguely. There will be some ambiguity, but not completely, correct? So how documentation helps you is, it will help you in revising those topics very quickly, right? Rather than finding a recording on which day what topic did I tell you, rather than finding that, it is easier for you to identify the topic wise document, open that and quickly revise. Okay, this is one benefit. Second benefit is, see, every project is different in its own way. Okay, so let's say you've got a job in some project. So in that project, it is not necessary that you will be working in all these concepts in every single project. It doesn't happen that way. So few projects will only have few topics. So let's say you get into a project in which you did not work on BDCs for almost 2 years. Okay, in one project you were there for 2 years. In those 2 years you did not work on BDCs. Now you got a new project after 2 years. Now that new project is asking for PDCs, but you did not work on it. It's been almost 2.5 years since you completed your coaching, your training. So definitely you'll not remember it. So now how do you recall it? Simply just come back, open up this document, see everything that is written here, right? And everything is in detail. It's not like we only provide definitions of stuff. Everything is in detail with steps. Okay. See, consider an example of this only. See, how do you create a domain? Okay. See, these are all the steps that you have to follow. So even pop-up messages that you're going to get when you're trying to create anything, even those are addressed here. So double click on domain name, click on yes button, click on save button, click on check, etc., etc., etc. Right? So it's a in detailed step-by-step documentation of every object that is there in SAP ABAP. Everything. Okay. And also in between you will find these kind of important pointers in complete every document you will find this. So these are nothing but your important summary of this topic which could come up in your interview. Again, don't worry, you don't need to focus on this because we have another document that is addresses each and every interview question that you might get in your interview. Right? See, this is 120, 127 pages long document in which each and every question that you might get in a project, that you might get in an interview is addressed already. Okay, so apart from this, you will not even get one single question. We are very confident. The reason for this is this document is prepared by taking feedback from the previous students who already got placed in companies, right? So every time a student used to appear in an interview, we used to collect the questions from them, and by using those real-time questions, this document is prepared. Okay, so every question that you see here was asked in an interview at some or the other point in past. Okay, so that is the reason we are pretty confident you will not get even one single question out of this document. And also it's not a pinpoint answerable document. Everything will be in detail. Okay, everything will be in detail. See, for one question, if they ask you this question, you don't need to give one line answer. You can explain everything that is there here, right? So this shows the interviewer that you are prepared, right? You are ready for the role. Okay, so this is in general about me, the course duration, the training, that the kind of training that you're going to get, the chapter wise bifurcation of your complete course, the initial documentation. We will also be sharing you the resumes too. We have some resume templates that we will share, and we'll also give you some real time scenarios. So this is everything about the course that you're going to get here. So apart from this, if you're having any questions before we get into our actual demo, feel free to ask. The question could be related to anything, whatever I've spoken till now, or else if you're having any concerns, any doubt in your mind, feel free to ask. Don't worry about what other people might, how they might judge you with the question. If your question is, very silly, there is nothing called as a silly question. Everything is important here. Okay, so anyone?
Hi, Sujit. This is
I go there.
Govardhan. Actually, I'm working on testing side. Don't have any
Mm-hmm.
knowledge on coding part.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, go on. You are working on testing side.
I don't have any knowledge on coding side, coding part.
Yeah, no problem. That's cool. I'm pretty sure the people in this call, others are also not having any coding knowledge. See, the reason is you don't need any prerequisite software, or even if your educational background is not from a software, it's cool. Even if you're a mechanical graduate, a civil graduate, or a AAA graduate, doesn't matter because ABAP is not dependent on any existing coding platforms. It is having its own coding platform, so you don't need to worry. Anyhow, I'll teach you. I'll show you all those things in today's slide. Anyone else? Okay. So, guys, I would like to make my sessions as interactive as possible. See, the reason being, when you be silent for a prolonged period, subconsciously you will not pay attention to what I'm talking, right? Human mind is trained in such a way that you cannot focus on one single thing for more than 20 minutes, right? So, your subconsciously you'll be deviated. But if you keep asking questions, if you keep interacting with me as we progress in the class, you'll always stay attentive. That is the reason I promote interactiveness in the class. So no matter, doesn't matter how, whatever the question is, at any given point of time, if you're having a question, you can stop me in between and ask your question. Okay, I don't mind if you stop me in between also. Okay, done. So let's begin with our introduction
Sorry,
to
Sujit.
SAP. Yeah, go on.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Actually, I was working on some company. I have a 2.5 year experience.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I go to put the 2.5 years experience now, they will be considered fresher or any experience if I got the SAP on job.
You will be considered an experienced individual, not a
Uh,
fresher.
2. What? I didn't get you.
Yeah, yeah. With 2.5 years of experience, you will be considered as an SAP ABAP experienced consultant, not a fresher.
Okay, if I got the job, this training is enough for sustain that. If I got the 3 year, 2.5 year or between 3 years experience,
Yes,
this.
we will. We are providing guarantee up to 5 years. Okay, so the coaching or the training that you are going to get
Okay.
in this 3.5 months, you can easily put it up to 5 years. We guarantee that.
Okay, I have one more doubt. Actually, previously I didn't know any knowledge about the SAP. Totally, I'm working on different sector. So,
Mhm.
is it? Can I move? Like, it is a very like I'm non-IT person. So that's why I
Mhm.
was asking.
Yeah, no problem at all. See, many
Okay.
people, that's how we get it, like not
Mm.
every single person who's going to learn SAP is having prior experience in SAP or any knowledge in coding platform or any software
Okay.
domain. Doesn't matter, but still you can still learn it. It's not a prerequisite for you to know any software or there is no prerequisite that you should be from a software background to understand SAP ABAP. It's not like that.
Okay. Okay, Sujit. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm.
Okay, so coming back, let's understand what SAP is. What does SAP do? Why people even use SAP and all. So we'll just address few quick theoretical part of on SAP and all in the introduction session. So first of all, SAP stands for System Application and Products. Okay, SAP abbreviation of SAP is System Application and Products. So SAP is a German company which is used to integrate the business processes in order to optimize the resource efficiency. Okay, so I give a very high level definition. So basically what SAP does is it is used to integrate your various work processes, business processes. So what is a business process means? Okay, let's consider a real time example. Take example of dairy milk or Cadbury directly. Okay, Cadbury is the company who makes dairy milk, correct? So consider dairy milk or Cadbury. So to sell one single chocolate from Cadbury, how many business processes does Cadbury has to go through? Okay, let's understand that. See, first of all, they'll have to buy the raw materials, right? Cocoa beans, sugar, emulsifiers, etc., etc. All the contents that they put in to prepare the chocolate, they'll have to procure the raw materials, buy the raw materials from different vendors. Vendors means supplier, seller, right? They have to procure it from different vendors in the market. So that is material procurement, correct? Raw material procurement, raw material buying, that is one business process. So after Cadbury buys these raw materials, they'll have to store these raw materials somewhere, correct? So it's not like I'll be buying things today, and immediately after I buy things, I'll be starting my manufacturing process. It's not like that, right? They'll have to store their raw materials in one single place. Okay, that is one business process, storage. Then they'll have to start their manufacturing process. Okay, they'll have to process the cocoa beans, etc. Right? They'll have to melt, do all the manufacturing process, which is again one single business process, manufacturing. Okay. So after manufacturing the product, they'll have to do packaging step. So packaging is one more business process. So after packaging, they'll have to store it again. The final product also, they will have to store it in some inventory. Why? Because see, Cadbury will be preparing chocolates in bulk, correct? Millions of chocolates every day they might be preparing. So it's not like every single chocolate that they prepare one day, they'll not be shipping it or they'll not be selling it on that very same day, until and unless Cadbury gets a sales order, or an order from a customer or a retailer or a distributor, whoever. They are not going to ship their products. Till then, they'll have to store their product in some place, inventory, go down. Normal terms, go down. They'll have to store it in some go down. Correct? That is one business process, inventory management. Okay. Then once a sales order is created, once they receive the order, they have to again do the packaging and they'll have to ship it to customer's location. That is one business process. So then delivery is business process. After delivery, they'll have to provide the invoice. So invoicing is one business process. Then finally, accounting means they will tally the um, financial transactions that has happened for this particular order. Correct? That is one single step, one single business process, accounting. So that is our final business process, accounting. So to sell one single chocolate, if Cadbury has to go through these many different business processes, imagine how diversified the global market is, right? So this is just one single company that we spoke about. There are thousands of companies out there who are global clients, who are global giants, right? Global client means a person having business in various places across the world, not just one single country, but across the world. If you are having their businesses, it is called as a global client. Okay. So now imagine how hard would it be for those people to manage these business processes every single day. They cannot use pen and paper. They cannot use individual persons in one single inventory or in one single place to automate their processes. Correct? They cannot automate their processes by using individuals or by using conventional approach of maintaining books and journals. They can't do it. Now that's where SAP comes in. SAP integrates all the business processes that I've just said. Okay, we've spoken about what raw material procurement, then storage, then manufacturing, packaging, inventory management, sales order, shipping, delivery, invoicing, accounting. Okay, these are the business processes that we just spoke about. So SAP integrates all these business processes in order to maintain a optimized business process, complete one single business process. It will have a one single line of chain of business processes. That's what SAP does. Okay. So see, this is the world's leading ERP software vendor. Okay. ERP means enterprise resource planning. Enterprise means nothing but a business. Okay. Synonym of enterprise is business organization. Then resource means any object, any tangible, intangible asset of a company that is used to uh, complete your business process or complete your day-to-day work activities of a business is called as a resource. So a resource can be a human, a person, it can be a machine, it can be a plant, it can be a material. Okay, it could be anything. A resource is something that is helping your organization to run it smoothly. Okay, that is your resource. Planning is nothing but how to plan. Okay, so in general, in short terms, simple terms, SAP helps a company in order to utilize their resources in the most optimistic manner. Okay, that is what SAP does. See, as an ABAP consultant, we don't need to understand all these business processes, work processes, and all that stuff. This is all a very high level understanding that I'm giving you of what SAP does. As an ABAPer, you don't need to understand these business processes. Okay, so who does these business processes? For whose responsibility is it to understand these business processes? We'll see it in the next slide. Okay, so any doubt up until now, anyone?
Okay.
Okay, I'll consider that. I know. So moving on, modules in SAP. Okay, so see, I'm pretty sure when you done your initial research about SAP, you might have gotten a feedback stating SAP is a huge ocean. There are way too many things in SAP. It's very complicated, very integrated, and all those things. I'm sure you might have gotten it if you have done your initial research. Now, why is SAP called a huge ocean? Okay, first thing, I've just explained you the business processes of a company, right? So, if one company is having these many business processes, then they should have more number of people working for them to integrate this business processes, correct? So that's how your SAP is also divided as per the business processes of a company. SAP is divided as per the business processes of a company. So in general, it's divided as functional and technical. So first of all, again, there are many. I only highlighted a few ones here. Okay. Other than these things, also there are many other functional areas, right? But again, we cannot discuss each and every functional area here. But so these are the most widely used functional areas across the globe. So I've just added these. Okay. It's not. These are not the only modules. There are other modules also. There are other functional modules, there are other technical modules, but we cannot add everything in single slide because we have 20 plus modules in SAP, okay, which are not relevant for you to understand, which is not relevant for us to understand. Okay. So first, what is functional, what is technical, what is inside functional, what is inside technical? Okay, which one should you choose? So first, functional. So in the functional, first one is SD. SD means sales and distribution. Okay, sales and distribution. The abbreviation of SD is sales and distribution. So, sales and distribution, as the name says, these are the consultants who take care of all the sales related activities in a company. Okay, we've just spoken about Cadbury only, right? So, in that place, in Cadbury, till you get a sales order, what will they do? They'll have to store their product somewhere. Okay, the minute a sales order is created, they'll ship it. So this SD consultant will take care of those sales related activities, sales and distribution. Okay, that is SD consultant. Then MM. So MM means material management. So what is the first step that we have seen in the earlier example of Cadbury? Material procurement, buying the raw material. So everything, every activity, every business activity that is related to a material will be taken care by your MM team, material management team. Okay, material management. Then FICO. FICO means finance and controlling. Okay, so all the accounting related activities, assetting, journals, balance sheets, cash flows, P&Ls, GL accounts. So everything that is related to your finance related stuff will be taken care by your FICO team. The PM means plant maintenance. All the plant related activities. How should a plant be configured? What should we put inside a plant? So these things will be taken care by your plant maintenance team, PM team. Okay. So this is in general. So now you should understand that every business process in a company will have a separate module in SAP, and every module in SAP will have separate consultant. Okay, so it's not like a consultant working in as an as in SD, he don't need to understand how things work in FICO. An FICO consultant don't need to understand how things happen in Okay, so every single work stream, every single module will have its own consultants who will take care of their own activities. Okay, SAP is a huge ocean. I agree, but you don't need to understand the complete potential of SAP. You just need to understand your own area. What's our area? ABAP. So now let's move on to ABAP. So we understood what is functional. So functional team is nothing but business processes team. All the functional teams will take care of business processes. One business process is assigned to one functional team. Simple. Okay. Simple. One single business process is assigned to one single functional team. Done. That's it. Then what is technical then? Okay. So in technical, first we have ABAP. ABAP stands for Advanced Business Application Programming. Okay, Advanced Business Application Programming, ABAP. Okay. So what does an ABAP consultant do? So the purpose or the roles and responsibility of an ABAP consultant is we will have to extract the data that is there in the database. Then we have to process the data, extracted data, and then we have to show the data. Okay. So this is, again, I've explained you the roles and responsibilities in very layman terms. Okay. In general, this is the responsibility of an ABAPer. Okay. See, normally, uh, for any company, the data is stored in a database. Don't worry what is a database and all. We'll talk in detail about all those stuff. But okay, so in any company, the data is stored in a database. So database is nothing like a memory unit. Okay, it's like a pen drive, but on a very large scale. Okay, pen drive on a very large scale to store large number of data. That's it. That's what is a database. Okay, so now if user wants to access the data stored in the database, they cannot directly do it. They cannot directly access the database, but as an ABAPer we can access the database. Okay, so we simply need to extract the data from the database, process the data, and show the data. So data extraction, data processing, data display, these are the in general activities of an ABAPer. Simple. Okay. Yeah. Then basis. So basis is like an admin team. Okay, for your SAP, they are like the admin team. They are the people who perform system upgrades, server maintenance, or password resetting. These kind of activities will be taken care by your basis team. Then BW means business warehousing. So business warehousing is nothing but a data warehouse. So they represent the data in an analytical format. Okay, they represent the data in an analytical format. Analytical means pictorial format, means histobars, grams, bar charts, pie charts, these things. Okay, they represent the data in these formats. So it's like BI. Yeah, I think you all might know BI, business intelligence. You know, right? Power BI. So this is like Power BI. BW is like Power BI. Okay. Then BODS. So BODS are the data management team. Data management team. So if you want to cleanse any data, data cleaning, data mining, or data migration from one place to another place, one database to another database. If I want to move my data, so these kind of activities are taken care by your BODS team. Again, see, just on a high level, I'm giving you definition or responsibility of every module in SAP. It's not necessary for you to understand these business processes. Not at all necessary. Okay, our focus is always on ABAP. Learn ABAP. And the reason for giving you a high level definition of what every module does here is, I'm pretty sure few of you might be confused which module to choose. Even though you have joined in this session, I'm pretty sure you're still having a benefit of doubt in your mind, that is ABAP right for me or not. To give you a clarity whether you have chosen correct module or not, I'm just explaining you things. Okay, I'm just laying out things for you. That's it. Okay. Now If I have to pick one module or few modules which are complicated modules in SAP. Okay, first of all, there is nothing called as a complicated thing. Okay, there is nothing called as complicated. If we pay attention, if we learn things properly in a systematic manner, there is nothing called as a complicated. Everything that you can learn. Okay, there is nothing called as a complicated. But if I have to say which is the most stressful module across all the modules in SAP, so in the functional area, I would say FICO is the most stressful area. Okay, why? Because see, they take care of what activities? Your finance related activities. We've just spoke. Okay, so imagine a scenario. Let's say you placed an order in Amazon. Okay, worth say 5,000. Okay, you placed one order worth 5,000 in Amazon. Your money got debited from your account, but your order is not placed. So what you will do immediately? You will call the customer service guy. You will explain him that your issue, this happened. So they'll tell you that they'll need some time. Within some time, your money will be refunded or your order will be placed. Anything could happen. So you waited till that time, but it didn't happen. So what will be your emotion? You will be angry, correct? Because 5,000 is a big amount for us. So you'll be angry. You'll again call the customer service guy. Now you'll thrash him, stating that you've told me that it will be credited in these many days, but it didn't happen. So what are you doing and all? So if he again gives you a new timeline, that again, sir, wait for 24 hours. You'll wait for 24 hours, but still it did not happen. You'll again call him. So as the timeline passes, you will get more angry. Your emotions will go hyper, and that rage has to be taken by your customer service guy. Correct? That's how normal thing happens. So same thing goes for your FICO. Now imagine you are showing such rage for 5,000 rupees. Take example of Cadbury only. They'll do millions of dollars of business in one single day. So let's say one customer ordered a $1 million shipment, but for some reason the shipment is stopped due to some finance issue. So imagine the pressure that customer puts on top of your client to resolve it. Imagine that pressure, $1 million worth pressure that an FICO consultant has to take. They'll have to immediately fix the issue. It's not like they'll take 1 day or 2 days. In few hours they have to fix that issue. Okay, so FICO is always stressed module. Most stressed module is FICO in ABAP. In SAP. Reason being, they deal with finance. Finance is always tricky, always a pain point. Okay. Then coming to technical module, which is the most stressed module, basis. Why? Because as I said, they take care of system related activities, upgrade related activities, server related activities. So I'm sure, see, you have your mobile phones. Whenever an upgrade happens in your mobile phone, previous bugs will be fixed. Correct? Previous bugs will be fixed. Doesn't matter, Android, iOS, whatever your OS operating system is, bugs will be fixed. But every upgrade will also bring new bugs. Okay, previous bugs will be fixed, but it will also bring new bugs into your handheld device. Same goes for SAP also. Previous bugs will be fixed, but it might get new bugs. So if it is getting new bugs after the upgrade, if users are using it, then they'll get issues. Yes, they'll get issues. So who has to fix those issues? Your basis team. Okay. Again, if a server is slow, if a server is down, then who has to take care of that? Your basis team. So basis team has to support 24 by 7. Even on weekends also they'll work. Basis team works on weekends also. Even your finance team also sometimes works in weekends to complete the activities. So these two are the most stressed modules. I wouldn't say complicated and all those stuff, but because there is nothing called as complicated. But most stressed modules are these two, FICO and basis, in functional and in technical. Okay, my formal advice to you is don't go to these modules. Okay, please. Then, what are my benefits of choosing ABAP over other modules? Okay, so now that we have established our general definitions of what every module does, at least on high level definition, we know what they do. So now why should I choose ABAP? Why should I not choose SD? Why I can choose SD? Okay, I just said that you should not choose FICO because it is stressed. But why should I not choose SD? Why should I not choose MM? Or I said that basis is complicated. So why should I not choose BW? Why should I not choose BODS in technical? Okay, why should I only choose ABAP over all the, if there are 20 plus modules in SAP, why should I choose ABAP? Correct? Agree. Valid question. Okay. So now we'll see why you should choose ABAP over other modules. Okay. See, first of all, we just spoke about global client. Okay. Global client is someone who is having business across the globe in various places across the globe. Okay. So take same example of Cadbury. Cadbury does their business across the world. In every country across the world, they have some business. Correct. So, if you are working for Cadbury, if Cadbury is your client, so in this case, you will have business users working in different time zones, means different places. So a person working in US, a person working in UK, Australia, Africa, etc., across the globe. Correct. So, see, at any given point of time, who gives us the requirement? Our business user. Correct. Our business users gives us the requirement. We have to complete the requirement. That is our responsibility. Now you are working in IST hours, Indian Standard Hours. So, but your business, let's say your client is in US, so they'll log in at night. For you, it's uh, evening, but for them, it is start of their day. If it's 6:30 for us, it's I think 8:30 for us, 8:30 for them, CST hours. Okay, IST to CST. So they'll log in at that time, you'll log off at that time. So there will not be any overlap, zero overlap. So what you have to do in this case, you have to go beyond your shift timings to take the requirement from the client. Okay, real time scenario, real time, this is how it works. You have to take the requirement from the client. So to take the requirement, you have to be available till the client logs in. Yes, till the client logs in. So in this case, there is no overlap between IST and CST time zones. So you will have to extend your time zone, extend your efforts, which is stressful. Working beyond your shift hours is always stressful. Yes. Now the benefit of ABAP is you will never connect with the client. Okay, you will never ever connect with the client. It is your functional team who connects with the client, not you. Okay, consider same example that we've just spoken. Amazon. Okay, you placed an order in Amazon, it didn't work. It gave you an error. uh, order was not placed, your money got debited. So you speak to a customer service person. What is the initial thing that they'll tell you the minute you uh, explain your issue? They'll say that we understand your concern. Our technical team is working on it. We'll get back to you shortly. This is the same response every customer service guy gives, no matter if it's Amazon or any other vendor out there. Doesn't matter, but every person will state you the same. Our technical team is working on it. They'll get back to you shortly. Have you ever talked? Did you ever spoke to the technical person? You as a customer, did you ever talk to the technical person? No, you will never talk to the technical person. The reason being, they work in the background. Always, the technical team works in the background. You will never connect with them. So, in the same example, if you consider SAP, your functional team is like that customer service people. Not exactly customer service people, but again, there. I'm just showing you a relation, common things between both. Okay, so your functional team is like that customer service person who understands the client concern, who understands the client requirement. ABAP team is the technical team who works in the background. That is the difference. That is the difference between ABAP technical and functional team. So you don't need to extend your work hours to go beyond your shift time for user to log in to take the requirement. Take the requirement in your own time zone, in your own shift timings from the functional consultant. No problem. Okay. Again, extension to this. Okay, extension to the same global client. See, we should all agree to the fact that not everyone is very good at communication skills. That could be because of our educational background, that could be because of our regional background from where we come from. It could be anything. could be any reason. There is nothing to be ashamed of, no problem at all. Okay, so if we are not good at communication, there is a problem when dealing with the global client. The reason being, see, although they speak in English, their accent is different. Okay, a person in US is having a different accent from a person in Australia. Both are talking in English, but both the accents are different. And if you're talking about Brazil clients, they, if they talk in English, it's not even, it will not even sound like English. It will sound like Portuguese only. Their English will sound like Portuguese. So to understand their accent of English and to re-communicate to them, or to make them understand what is the issue or how you are tackling the requirement and all, will be tricky for an individual because of uh, less communication skills. I will not say poor communication skills, but not very sustained communication skills. Correct? But what did I just tell you? You will never connect with the client. If you never connect with the client, you don't need to take the pressure of understanding their accent, their requirement, and all. Who has to take that pressure? Your functional team. Every functional team has to connect with the client. Not even one single ABAPer will connect with the client. You'll never connect with the client. Never, never ever. Okay. So even if you're not having excellent communication skills to understand the client requirement or reciprocate to their requirement, it's cool. No problem at all. Because you will never connect with them. Okay. Then, most important, system issues. Okay. So take a Cadbury only for example. Cadbury does millions of dollars of business every single day. Few millions, not even 1 million, few millions, multiple millions they'll do. So imagine shutting down the system for 1 hour. Cadbury's server got shut down for 1 hour. What will happen? They'll lose millions of dollars for 1 hour. In one single hour, they'll lose millions of dollars. So you can't even shut Cadbury's server for 1 hour. Okay, not 1 hour. You can't even shut it for 1 minute. Correct. So if a server is down for 1 minute, they cannot place any orders. No one will be able to log into a system. They can't do it. So if you are working for such global clients, global giant, you have to always be working on your toes. Okay, to fix those issues. Now, any system issue, who will take care of it? Your basis team. So let's say system got broke down somewhere in the middle of the night. Okay, you are sleeping peacefully. System broke down somewhere in the middle of the night. You'll immediately get a call stating that system is not working, server is slow or server is down. People are not able to log in. They're not able to create any orders. They're not able to place anything. Okay, you'll get a call. Immediately you'll have to log in and check. But who will check? ABAP team will check? No, we will not check system issues. Your basis team has to check. That is the reason I said that basis has to work 24 by 7. They always have to keep monitoring their systems. Okay, even if they see small spike in the performance, they'll have to immediately remediate it. Immediately. They can't even take 1 hour or 2 hours, or they just can't. There is no buffer time for them. Every single minute they'll have to monitor, every single minute they have to fix. That is your basis team. That's how they have to work. Attentive they have to be. Okay. So now, putting all these things aside, the biggest advantage of ABAPer is at any project, no matter which project you are in, no matter in which country you are in. So let's say you are currently in India, at a later point of time, you got some global opportunity, you went overseas, no matter. Okay, doesn't matter in whichever company you are in whichever country you are in whichever project you are in. Always, ABAP team is the largest team in any company. Largest team. Why? Because an SD consultant will need help of a BAPer. An MM consultant will need help of a BAPer. FICO guy will need help of a BAPer. Why do they need help of a BAPer? We'll talk later on. Okay. But every single guy in every single functional consultant in SAP will need help of a BAPer. Every person, no matter whatever the functional area is, every single individual will need help of a BAPer. Okay, this is the reason ABAP has largest team. Example, If I'm having two people in SD, two people in MM, two people in FICO like that, I'll at least have six people in ABAP. Minimum times three people in ABAP. It could be more also. So I was in a project, it was a very huge project. So it had 38 ABAPers. Imagine having 38 people in your team, only ABAP. Okay. Other functional areas had 4 or 5 people, right? It was a very huge project, again a global project. So that had, because there was ABAPers were more on demand, we had 38 ABAPers in that one single project. Whereas, yeah, if your functional teams had only 5, 6, 7 people at most, but 38 in ABAP. Okay. So because of this, no matter if it's recession time or whatever the time it is, you will always have jobs. Even now, if you go, you don't need to believe in my words. Just open any job searching platform, a Naukri, LinkedIn, Indeed, whatever you normally use. Go there, do a quick search on SAP ABAP. See the number of openings that you're getting. You can do a same search on SAP SD, SAP MM, whatever you feel like, do it. See the results with your own eyes. Okay, you don't need to believe me. Directly open any job searching platform of your wish, your own. Okay, see it. Okay, now the benefit of larger team is you'll definitely have more openings. It is easier for you to apply for a job and get a job. Okay, if you're having if there is more demand for your team. Now, second benefit is, see, at any given point of time, definitely we will be stuck at one point. Okay, you are working on something, you got some error, you got some issue, you are stuck. Then immediately you'll need help from some person. Correct? Everyone needs help from person. Even I need help also. It's not like I'm immune. Okay, even I need some help sometimes. So everyone needs help, right? So in this case, if you are having larger team, so it is easier for you to get the help. Okay, take my previous example. I just said that I was in a part of a project wherein we had 38 adapters. So if I had the problem, if I'm getting an issue, I'm getting any error, I had 37 more people to reach out to who can help me out. But how many people does the functional team had? 4 people or 5 people. Correct? If you're working at a smaller project, let's say you're having 8 ABAPers in that project, small project, very small project, 8 ABAPers. You might have 2 or 3 people in this case in the functional team. So if 2 people are there in the functional team, one person is having the issue, they have to reach out to the other person only. Only 2 people are working in functional team. So if one person is having the doubt, the second has to clarify it. If the both of them don't know, then no, nothing they can't do. But imagine same thing in a BAP. Minimum you'll have 6 to 8 people in a BAP. So if one person is stuck, you have 5 more people or 7 more people who can help you out. Benefit of having larger team, you will have better openings, and also once you get placed in a company, you will have more people who can help you out. Okay, so any doubts till now, anyone, or anything that we just spoken about?
Yes, Sujit,
Okay, yep.
someone said that we should have knowledge, minimum knowledge in all modules. Is it correct?
No, not required. Minimum knowledge is nothing but the thing that I just said. Okay, what do this team do? That's it. That's what you want. You don't need a complete knowledge. The reason being, see, you have to closely work with. I just said that an SD guy will need help of a bapper, an MM guy will need help of a bapper and all.
Mm.
So if you're putting a certain level of experience, 2.5, 3.5, 4, whatever experience if you're putting, so they might expect you to understand a little bit of business process, not completely, a little bit at least. Okay, so that's what minimum knowledge. But again, as I said, why do they need the help of a bapper? We'll see in the next classes, right? So when we actually do developments in our uh, course content, so there we will see how SD business process works, what are all the different areas that you have to work on, etc. And see if even if I open documentation also, it will be there in your documentation also. like what are all the important tables that one single area will have and all. So it will be there already in your documentation. You don't need to worry on that. If I have to show you that, see,
Okay.
important standard tables. If you see, so these are material management related tables. These are FICO related ones. You will have also sales. So these are sales related tables. So like that, you will definitely have that minimum knowledge from this course. It's not like you'll only get ABAP. No, minimum knowledge you'll get.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. So now, to whom is SAP ABAP suitable? Most important question. Okay. Most people will have this question in mind. Is it suitable for me or not? Okay. I joined the class, but is it suitable for me or not? First of all, SAP ABAP is suitable for any existing SAP functional consultant. Means a person who is currently working as SAP functional consultant in some functional area, but now they want to switch their career to ABAP. People do this. Okay, some people do this, so this is suitable for them. Second category of people, students and recent graduates who completed their graduation, but for some unfortunate reasons were not able to secure a job, so it is suitable for you. Then last and the most seen category, career changers. So these are the people who are currently working in some software or non-software background, but now want to have a sustained, stable career in the corporate realm. So SAP ABAP is suitable for you. Okay. Again, there is no prerequisite. There is nothing required for you to have before learning ABAP. No knowledge at all. If you know English, that's enough. Okay. Only prerequisite I would say for learning ABAP is English. If you know English, you can learn. Why? Because ABAP is nothing but English. Okay, that we will discuss in this slide. So just this is our last slide. So we'll just wind it up after this slide. So we'll continue from tomorrow. So this is our last slide. So just bear with me for a few more minutes. You'll understand why is SAP ABAP better than other programming languages. Okay. Last question that you might have in your mind. There are hundreds of softwares in the market. C, C++, Java, MuleSoft, Pega, Salesforce, you name it. There are so many things available in the market. So why should I choose ABAP then? Why should I not choose any of those modules or those softwares? Okay. First, see, uh, most of us are working in the non-software background or want to work in the non-software background because we are afraid of coding. Okay, hard fact. Hard fact. Everyone agrees to this. Coding is tough. I also say the same. Coding is tough. Okay, but why is coding tough? Okay, next question comes in. Coding is tough. Correct. Why is it tough? Coding is tough because you have to use weird symbols in your code. Okay, take any code example for, okay, take C language for example. C language is known as the basic programming language. Okay, it's a myth. I'll tell you it's a myth. C language is not a basic coding language. Everyone will say that. Okay, but take that. Consider that myth for a minute. C language is the basic coding language available in the market. But if you're having any knowledge in C, no matter if you're not having it also, it's fine. But if you're having it too, so C language will have weird symbols in it. Okay, so they'll have semicolons, they'll have parentheses, means brackets, flower brackets, square brackets. They'll have angular symbols, slashes. So every single symbol that is there on your keyboard, you have to write it in C language. Okay. Doesn't matter even if you're not having C language experience. I'm just trying to compare as ABAP with C language. That's it. Okay. So if you know it, you already know ABAP. C language is not easy. Although it is labeled as the easiest or basic programming language, it is not for some people. It was not for me also. I was a mechanical graduate, to be honest. Okay. So it was not easy for me to understand the C language and all. I still don't know C language, honestly. I agree. It's not easy for an individual to understand. But I know ABAP. I don't know C, but I know ABAP. So what does that make ABAP easier than C language? Okay, doesn't that make ABAP easier than C language? So we can call a myth, correct? C language being the easiest language is a myth then, because I couldn't understand C, but I understood ABAP. I even teach ABAP. So ABAP is easier than C. Why? Because no matter which coding platform you take, they use symbols. Okay. See, human mind is trained in such a way that we can remember words, we can remember English sentences, but we cannot remember symbols. Okay. Example: if I give you a 10-letter word, I'll tell you one word that is of 10 letter. Okay. Opportunity. Example: it's a letter, it's a word. Okay. This is a word, opportunities. So this word, even if you are listening for the first time now, if I ask you to spell it out, to spell the opportunity spell, after a month also you can spell it. You can do it. Why? Because we are trained to understand English as from ever since we were kids. We are trained to understand alphabets, understand English. Every single person is trained. But are we trained to remember symbols? No. If I give you a 10-letter symbol, okay, a 10 sequenced symbol, uh, even if I ask you tomorrow also, you will not remember it. Yes, hard fact. You can't remember it. And no one can remember it. Why? Because they are symbols. Symbols are not easy to remember. Because using symbols, you cannot form a sentence. If you cannot form a sentence, you cannot speak in symbol language. If you cannot speak and remember symbols, you cannot code. Simple. This is the reason coding is tough. Okay, because every software out there uses symbols, coding is tough. But when it comes to ABAP, ABAP will not use these weird symbols. We don't have weird symbols in ABAP. We have just plain, pure, basic English. If you can learn, if you can write in English, if you can understand English enough, you can learn, you can write code in ABAP. No prerequisite is required. Okay, I just told you, right? I am a mechanical graduate myself. If I was able to learn ABAP, if I am able to teach ABAP, everyone can do it. I am no exception. Okay, I am no exception. If I can do it, everyone can do it. No problem. It's just that you'll have to be disciplined to understand every day's topic, get your doubts clarified on the same date, and practice. These are the post requisites, not prerequisites. Okay. Post after learning or during the learning, you'll have to follow these. That's it. Before joining this, no matter whatever your educational background is, whatever your current working background is, doesn't matter. You can still learn. Okay. So then, now we've established that ABAP is easy. See, ABAP is older than Java. Okay. Java is famous across the world. The reason being, Java is an open source platform. Okay, means you can go to Java website, Java IDE. You can download directly Java from there, and you can start practicing in it. Every most of the softwares you can do it. Python, C language, everything you can download and directly practice it off. But SAP is something you cannot download directly from web. It's not possible. You can't download SAP from web and start practicing. SAP will require licensing. Okay, SAP will require licensing, and it is expensive. License of SAP is expensive, so there are not many coaching centers who teach SAP. There are many coaching centers who will teach you Java, C language, Python, etc. things. Even in your college also they'll teach you, because it is open source. Anyone can download the software, anyone can practice it. But SAP is something that no one can download. No, not even single person can download from open source. They have to buy it from SAP only. Okay, they have to license the product to get SAP. You cannot directly install a cracked version. Even if you do so, it will not work. Okay, that is the reason ABAP is not used, or ABAP is not heard much in the market. Java is heard because it's open source. ABAP started in some 1960s or 1970s. Okay, whereas your Java came into picture in 1990s. So ABAP is 20 years older than your Java. Okay, so it is one of the most historic or most older softwares available in the market. but underrated. The reason is no, not everyone can learn because not everyone can download the software. It's not because ABAP is tough. It is because not everyone can download the software. That is the reason people don't know ABAP. Okay. So now, first we have established English like coding pattern. Why is it easy to understand SAP or why is it easy to understand ABAP other than other programming languages is because of the coding pattern. You don't need to remember the weird symbols. Simply remember the sentences in ABAP. Okay, sentences in ABAP. If you know again, if you know ABAP, if you know English, you will know ABAP. Simple. If you know English, you will know ABAP. Simple. Then integration with SAP systems. What this means is, see, if you're having a Java uh, tool, okay, I know we are already past 2 minutes. Just give me 2 more minutes. We'll wind it off really quickly. Okay. So integration with SAP systems means, see, if I am having a C language application, I cannot integrate a C language application with a .NET application or a .NET application with a Java application. It's not possible with other softwares. But SAP can be integrated with any software that is there in the market. That is second benefit. Third benefit, better opportunities due to its flexibility. What is flexibility? I've just shown you that there are multiple modules in SAP. So let's say after 5 years you got bored of ABAP. Okay, ABAP is boring for you. There are few people they say that they always want challenges in their life. Okay, they always want to keep exploring new things, right? So after 5 years, let's say you want to switch your career from ABAP to something else, then you don't need to go completely off from SAP. The reason is you are having other modules also in SAP. So go to other modules, learn that module. You will still be an SAP consultant, but a different consultant, not a ABAP consultant. SD consultant, basis consultant, BODS consultant, your wish. You can be that. Then finally, SAP community and support. Okay, SAP community and support is one web portal. Okay, web portal that is created by SAP itself. That is created by SAP itself. What SAP community and support does is it will have lakhs of or thousands and lakhs of SAP consultants who are working across the globe. Okay, so at any given point of time, if you post a question in SAP community, there are thousands of active people every single day who are monitoring it. So you will get a reply from an actual SAP consultant who is working, right? So no other software is having such community. Only SAPs have this community. Okay, and it is driven by SAP itself. Okay, SAP company they are driving it. Java company don't drive their communities. Python don't drive it. C language don't drive it. Pega don't drive it. Okay, no other software in the market is having such community and support like SAP does. Okay, simply what you'll have to do, open Chrome. Let me just show you one demo. Okay, so here just search for SAP community. If you just search it, then automatically you'll get it. SAP community. This is called SAP community. Okay. You'll get your credentials and all. You can create your own account and you can see the questions. See, so every single thing will be available in this. Okay, everything will be available in this, and this is driven by SAP. See, community.sap.com. At any given point of time, if you are getting any error, you can simply post that error. Google that error here. Just to Google that error, you will get the answer directly. Why? Because I told you that SAP ABAP is there since what? 1960s, correct? If it is there since 1960s and 70s, and SAP community also started in early 2000s. So that means since 20 years SAP community is there. So do you think you are going to get a new error that people did not get already in the past 20 years? No. Yes, no. People would have already gotten that error in the past 20 years. You will not do something new na, that they haven't done in the past 20 years. So definitely the error or the issue that you are getting will already be there in SAP community. So all you have to do is find it, Google it, you'll get it. Okay, that is the benefit of SAP community and support. No other software provides that. Only SAP does. Only SAP does that. Okay, so That's all for today, guys. So I know we are past 6 minutes of our time, but if you're having any questions in your mind, any queries related to whatever we have discussed till now, or apart from this, also if you're having any queries, please feel free to ask. Okay, anyone?
We are using SAP own coding language, right?
Yes, SAP is an independent language. It will not use any existing platform. Example, take AI, which is termed as revolutionary nowadays, right? Artificial intelligence and machine learning. So to code AI, you have to use Python. Okay, so such powerful AI software is using Python or R programming as its coding platform, but ABAP will not use, or ABAP does not have any coding platform at all. It has an independent coding platform. It does not depend on any existing coding platforms. So that is the reason there is no prerequisite for ABAP. You don't need to have any prerequisite. So if you want to learn AI, you have to, or machine learning, you will have to learn Python and R programming first, then Django. Then there is a long uh, learning curve if you want to get into AI. But with ABAP, you don't have that.
Okay, thank you.
Hi,
Anyone
Sujit.
else? Yes.
We need to complete any certifications after completing this training.
No, it's optional. So there are few softwares for which you will definitely need certifications like Pega or MuleSoft. There
Okay.
are some softwares for which you will definitely need certification. Without certification, you will not get a job. But for ABAP, it's optional. You don't need to get a certification.
And one more thing, you are providing 3 months access for applications like
Hmm.
that SAP you said now. So after complete to 3 months, how much I should I pay to for access?
That you'll have to talk with the server team because we procure the server from the server team. As I said, because licensing cannot be done because it is very expensive.
Okay.
It would be close to 3,000, I feel. Okay, for 3 months, I guess it's close to 3,000 or 4,000 something.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else? Okay, so if no one is, just a second, I have a message. For career gap students, what do you mean by career gap? Is the gap in your education or in your work, educational career or professional career? Say if it's educational career, we can't help. You will have to provide a justification. But if it's professional gap, then there are ways to cover that gap. We can talk in private. But yeah, it's possible. For educational gap, I mean, we can't help. No one can help, to be honest. On your educational gap, you'll have to have a relevant justification why you have gap in your education. But professional gap, we can manage it. I'll tell you how you can manage it. Yeah. Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Manupna.
Yeah,
So
Manogna.
actually, I'm already working in SAP, but I'm working in functional, as you said. I want
Mm-hmm.
to learn ABAP to be a developer, but
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, I'm not good at debugging. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Through these sessions, will I be able to learn debugging?
Yeah, we have a separate session plan for debugging. See, debugger. So
Yeah,
there is a separate.
I tried learning through YouTube and all also, but nothing worked for me. So it's a bit
I know.
hard for me to learn. So
I know.
yeah,
I know.
I
So
just
yes, we teach about debugging. So every program that we develop also we debug it because no matter if you're having all the 10 chapters in your mind, but if you don't know debugging, then you'll not be an ABAPer. Debugging is the
yeah.
most important part. But yes, there is a separate session planned for it. you'll understand the debugger in this. And since you're already working professional, I'm sure you're aware of the scenarios also. And the scenarios that we will be covering here is real-time scenarios. Okay.
Okay.
So this is how you'll get your requirement, correct? From the user.
Yeah. Mm.
So yes, these are all real-time requirements that you might get from your user. So again, to everyone, if you finish of these scenarios, so some of these we will develop in our classes. Some of these I will give you as an assignment, because you should understand
Okay.
how to, or you should learn how to do research and from your side and develop it. R&D you should do on your own.
Yeah.
So we'll give
Okay.
you option to do it, and I'll also anyhow help you to complete those. But if you understand all these things, if you complete all these scenarios, it's enough. You can put up to 5 years.
Mm.
We'll guarantee that. No, SAP script is the most oldest form of forms. No one is using SAP script anymore. Zero people are using SAP script. Smart forms are the new kind of form techniques that SAP uses. Okay, so we will not cover SAP scripts. We will not cover historic things that are not being used in ABAP. We will only use the current uh, advancements that are there in the ABAP, not older ones. Because ABAP is evolving, and we will not teach historic things to students. We'll only teach the updated things. SAP script is very old. It's been almost 10, 12 years people stopped using SAP scripts. So we don't cover that. We cover smart forms instead. Okay, anyone else? Any doubt? Okay, so I'll consider that as a no. So let's meet tomorrow. So from tomorrow, so say this is an initial session wherein if you're having, I'm sure most of you would have doubts on this. So this session is only planned to clear out those specific doubts. But from starting tomorrow, we will actually get into the subject. What are your roles and responsibilities? Background of SAP, what happens in the background, how it works, everything. Subjectual knowledge, conceptual knowledge, we will start from tomorrow. Okay. So thanks, guys. Thanks for being here, even if we have extended our time, but still you're there. So thank you. Let's meet tomorrow.